Dancing, perhaps the oldest form of human expression. For thousands of years, people danced to lose themselves, to find themselves, or to express themselves. But Western civilization brought the dance to a halt. Christianity preached that finding joy through your body was sinful, and censored ecstatic dance. Instead, dance became either imitative or functional, serving other purposes such as courting. Dance music was demoted in high Western culture, and considered the lowest form of music. It was African Americans who turned the tide in the other direction, suffusing Western pop music with an African consciousness, which regards dance as essential to music. But still, dance was considered inferior, and every pop style veered away from dance music once it started to develop artistic pretensions. It took the advent of funk in the 1960s for black kids to finally shed European consciousness and realize that dance is the deepest essence of music. But white kids were still bound by the old consciousness, and rock steered away from dance. There was, however, another group that adopted funk. Gay Americans began fighting for their rights in the late 60s, but were still living in fear, and found sanctuary in Manhattan discotheques, where they had all-gay nights. These nights continued the 60s dream of a loving community, but put more emphasis on the pleasures of the body. The DJs, appropriately, concocted a mix of psychedelia and funk in a never-ending dance session. A new musical culture was born, a culture known as disco. Disco was underground culture throughout the first half of the 70s, a secret reserved to the New York gay and hip communities. When Bowie moved to America in 1974, he became immersed in it through his connections in these communities, and it was one of the things that drove him to the funky soul adventure of young Americans. It was a shift in his perception, and he found the best way to mark this shift, reworking his old hit John I'm Only Dancing and shifting the emphasis inside it. John I'm Only Dancing Again was at one point slotted to be the opening track of the Young Americans album. It ended up as an outtake, but it is still an integral part of the project. How does this reworking manifest the shift? In the original John I'm Only Dancing, the dance is an activity performed as part of a mating ritual. The protagonist is caught between a woman he is dancing with and a jealous man, and the situation is tense. The song has bisexual overtones, and the ecstasy comes from the titillation of forbidden sexuality, resolving the underlying tension. In John I'm Only Dancing Again, there is no tension. The ecstasy is coming from the dance itself. The record opens with a line nicked from soul singer Alvin Cash's 1968 record Keep On Dancing, but while there it was played by a horn section, here it is done with electric guitar. It starts, then, as yet another example of soul turned into a more rock sound, but then the funky rhythm sets in, as John is obeying Cash's demand.
So much love, dancing, to back a gun, dancing, we'll get down with that and I give my house in the country if it's like this, okay.
Regular funk verse. Dancing is the essence of life. I'd give everything to keep on dancing. I danced so hard my back has gone, but I keep it on. I'm in love with everyone dancing around me, etc.
Music, I'm dancing in that street. Ooh, music, I've torn my shoes from my feet. Romantic, it's got me dirty and sweet. It's got you reeling and rocking. Won't you let me slam the thing?
The second verse connects us with early rock and roll, when it was primarily dance music and produced such dance classics as Dancing in the Streets and Wheeling and Rocking, and ends with a sexually suggestive risque line, just like the good old days. Rock forgot its origins, but now we are taking it back there, with the help of funk.
I think it's all I can do. To stop repeating it to you. Give a little, take a little, give a little back.
This connects to Can You Hear Me, to the communal feeling of opening up to others and feeling at one with them. Here it is achieved through dancing together, on the one.
Charlie John, the great goose is gone, got a lion on my hand, Charlie on my back.
John is introduced in a line stolen from The Fox, an old folk song. The last line is probably a Vietnam War reference, and the lion on my hand thing, I have no idea where that comes from. It makes no sense, and it probably isn't supposed to. The ecstasy of dance just jumbles everything together.
I'm only dancing, she turns me on. I'm only dancing, she turns me on. But choose me, I'm only dancing. I'm only
In the chorus, the choir sings the original John I'm Only Dancing lyrics, while Bowie is riffing on them. While the original song was about dancing with someone while being watched by a jealous third party, here these human conflicts are cast aside. While the choir claims he's dancing with a girl because she turns him on, he insists that he is in it just for the dancing itself, and he even invites John to join in. In the original record, dancing was a function within human relations. Here it transcends this functionality, and becomes a thing done for its own sake.
dancing. Have you heard the news? Dancing. President has got the blues. Dancing. I tell you confidently, if he gives it to you, he better take it from me.
Our dancing hero has heard something about President Nixon's troubles. He resigned the same month this song was recorded. But he doesn't care much. It just gets jumbled in there with everything else, as the dance takes away his blues.
Sad, sad. I'll pick up your bones. Sad, sad. Leave the numbers alone. Sad, sad. Get off your telephone. Look at people in the eye, tell them my, oh my, let your backbone swell, blow your whistle and cry.
More of the same, and that takes us to the extended jam in which we are on the discotheque floor, awash with flickering lights, and losing ourselves in the joyful experience. John I'm Only Dancing is no longer an assurance to a jealous lover, but an affirmation of the way of life.